A lot of skaters have a hard time with the correct takeoff of a flying camel. So first let's talk about what is the correct takeoff. I jump and spin this direction. So I would be on my left forward outside edge, and the takeoff is curling back around where I came from. Coming around like this. About there, hit the bottom toe pick. Now, if the skater doesn't have enough pivot, they're just going to go around like this and do a big flying waltz jump and land someplace over there, which makes for a bad spin. So you're here and then you just do a waltz jump and land and spin around like that. And that's not correct. If they do what I call a flying sow cow, they're coming around, and then they back away from the takeoff, do a 3-turn, and the spin ends up someplace over here. Flying sow cow is usually where the body stands up and then they spin. Okay, bad. Correct takeoff and landing pattern. Here's the takeoff. If this is the free foot coming around, I'll draw a dotted line. Depending on the size and the power of the skater, the free leg will come around, go up and over, and land about here. And the spin is there. To help the skater get the right side up and over, sometimes I'll have them use the barrier. Body is here, and as they fly, they have to get the free foot up over the top of the barrier. That way. There. Then this comes down, and then this comes up over the top of the barrier. Here. Up and over. Up and over. They're riding on the middle back when they're gliding forward, and they have to be willing to go roll over to the front and hit that toe pick. And I actually teach my little ones to stand on the bottom toe pick. So they're coming around, and they have to stand up on the toe pick, and then the foot will drop over automatically. And it's kind of a scary feeling. It doesn't feel good. So take them by both hands and bring them around. I like to see the chest facing into the circle. I think if they start facing outside the circle, they could undercut it. So I like to have the chest facing into the circle, left arm open, right arm out here, chin up. So it's here, open, like you're flying around like you're Batman. That way, hit, land, don't land on an edge. If you land on the back outside edge, you're going to create too large of a circle and it's going to spin up like that. If you land on the forward inside, you run the risk of your foot sliding out from under you there. Land on the flat of the blade on the bottom toe pick. It's not a full camel spin. I think this is a bad flying camel when they're in a camel position and then try and jump over. There's no way you can jump. I also think, though, it's a mistake to think like you're going to take off like you're doing an axle, because then you're just going to, I don't know what you're going to do. So yeah, yes, you have to get your chest out in front of you a little bit, because I feel like this creates some of the momentum that creates that flying action. If they're doing flying waltz jumps, so they're here and they're going like that, they're not bringing the arc of the jump around enough. So I would have them wait until they can see back where they came from. I would have them see the takeoff on the other side, and then they swing the leg around and jump. Flying sow cows are because they back up. A flying sow cow is when the skaters, I'm going to do it, nope, I'm not going to do it, and then they take off. So again, they have to be willing to stay forward, and kick the leg out to the side, still continuing to go forward. It's when they go backward and they try and take off of a left backward inside edge. It's really a left forward outside toe pick to fly. You know what, I've had a little bit of success with kids pivoting like this and jumping over. That's pretty extreme. Generally, if we just keep doing the pattern over and I draw out the pattern, again, sort of this paint by numbers concept, and you have to adjust it considering their size and their power, but it gives them an understanding. So the dotted line is the free leg pattern, and the solid line is the takeoff leg pattern, and that helps as well. I think it helps them to have a target of where to land. so they can see where they're supposed to land. And I tell them that they don't get to jump until they can actually see where their landing is. So they have to feel like they're climbing up and over a fence at the point that they actually jump. And the actual takeoff is about here. So here's the fence. And the free leg has to clear the fence on this side, and then they land, and then the jumping leg has to come up and over and clear the fence on the other side. Also, depending on how gutsy they are, you could put an obstacle here where they have to clear it. Yeah, you have to be careful, because if they land on it and break their neck, then you're going to get a lawsuit.